left.
Robert's got to pee. Okay. Marshall's ready. Driver's
15
ready.
seconds left.
On the tone. First corner's looking good. Dan's getting a clean start. Eric is right there. Oh, Dan gets it sideways on the top. Drops him to fifth. Gets tied up with traffic. Settle down, Dan. There you go. Long race. Robert gets a clean breakaway of him, and I believe that's Jeremy out second. Then Steve's in fourth. Dan hits the rhythm section. Looks like Jeremy got around Steve. Robert, sorry. Jeremy is running a really nice, tight line. Steve wants to air it out. Watch out, Marshall. Looks like Mike Baldwin's in third place. Followed by Steve, Justin, and Dan. Dan's grinding every pipe he can right now. Tim is gradually working his way around. Looking good, Tim. Looks like Mike has moved up into second place now. Jeremy's trying to walk away with it like he did in the two-wheel drive short course race. Nice and smooth. Gets through the rhythm over the tabletop. Keeps it tight. Let's see how he does at the end of the straight. Breaks it a little wide, coming up on some traffic. Oh, and he tries to somersault over the top.
5 minutes left.
That gives Mike Baldwin a chance to catch up. Oh, and it looks like Dan has moved up into third place. Robert and Steve must be playing tag back here. Whips it over the last roller of the rhythm section. Steve catches him in the tabletop as they air him out over the tabletop. Steve does a little do-si-do at the end. Robert gets it wrong at the end of the straight, trying to keep it straight. Oh, he's off the track. Can anybody help him? Anybody? Thank you, Marshall. And Steve airs it out over the rhythm, looking good. Oh, and Mike gets it off the dump back roller. He's just 2 corners behind Jeremy. Jeremy gets around some traffic. I think that's Dustin. Jeremy over the tabletop. Dustin over the tabletop. Mike over the tabletop. Dan right behind him over the tabletop. Oh, big endo over the end. That's for third and fourth right there. Second and third, rather. Jeremy's catching Robert right here down the straightaway to lap him. Is Robert going to allow him to lap him? Looks like Dan settled down a little bit now. Oh, and they get into each other. No harm, no foul. Gets around Mike. Mike keeps it calm and keeps it settled, trying to stay with Dan. Dan goes wide into the throttle a little heavy, coming around for the rhythm section. Right over all the rollers. Dan airs it out. Oh, and lands on top of traffic. Loses his third place position, second place position to Mike. He isn't making mistakes. Mike is keeping it all fours, keeping it between the pipes. Good checkup, Mike. Good checkup there. Robert gets him tumble through the rollers and makes it. The rhythm, rather. Jeremy is catching him again for a pass. just caught up to Jeremy. Oh, and he catches the pipe like he did earlier. And Mike gets around him. This second and third place, or first place, is going to be a nice little battle. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left.
Dan through the rhythm, right behind Mike. Tries to take him on the inside. Dan airs it out, takes him on the inside. Nice pass, Dan. Mike comes back. Corner after corner of battle. They're going to battle Jeremy out of this race. Oh, and Jeremy's tied up with lap traffic. Dan gets around him. Mike's right behind him. Lap traffic right there. First, second, and third over the tabletops, and lap traffic T-bones Mike. Oh, and Jeremy's upside down. Generous Marshall saves him a spot. Dan working his way back from last place at the start of the race. Dan through the rhythm.
1 minute left.
Around the corner. Jeremy tail whip. Mike tail whip. Coming into the tabletop. Everybody looking good. Mike keeps it tight. Dan around the corner. Jeremy catching him. Mike looking good. Oh, and Jeremy gets a little sideways. Dan gets a little hung up. Mike gets a little hung up. Dan through the rhythm section. Marshall. That allows Jeremy to come in. Dan airs it out again. Trying to get over lap traffic. Dan gets around the traffic. Oh, Jeremy gets stuck up with him. Mike's going to try to grid around lap traffic now. And Jeremy gets it wrong. Gets tied up with him again.
The race is over.
The rhythm section. Dan can make it to the starting line. He wins. Robert's done. Dan's done. Jeremy and Mike, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Jeremy takes second place. Mike third. Robert fourth. Tim. Looking for Steve. Dustin.
Car 2 is done. Car 7 is done.